I mentioned earlier that we already had 95% of the skills required to speak in front of a group of people. And that we even had the other 5% as well, but it's often hidden behind some of the crazy things we do or feel when we're up in front of a group of people. So I'm going to talk about that other 5%, some of the things we don't do. And I call it the do's and the don'ts, so I'm going to concentrate on the don'ts. And these are things that I've picked up over the 15 years that I've been developing my public speaking skills. The first don't. Don't picture the audience naked. That's wrong on so many levels. Don't look over the heads of the audience to avoid eye contact. You wouldn't do that in a social gathering. It's important to make eye contact from the left to the right, to the front to the back, to really bring everybody in. If you just concentrated on one person, it's like the cold shoulder to the rest of the audience and you're going to lose them. And again, you wouldn't do that in a social gathering. You include everybody. So don't look over their heads. Making eye contact is good. And when I say eye contact, I don't mean drilling into somebody because they're smiling at you and just locking into a friendly face. And I don't mean being robotic and just going from back and forth. I mean really bringing in your audience into your talk. Eye contact is very important. Don't worry about being nervous. We're all nervous. I was nervous when I started public speaking. I'm nervous right at this moment, and I will always be nervous. It is a sign of respect for the audience, and it makes you prepare. Don't be so self-conscious. We're often thinking, what are people thinking of us, and I'm too short or too tall or too what? People don't care. They're happy to see you up here doing the best that you can. You are who you are. You bring a uniqueness like no one else, so be proud of that. Don't apologize. For example, if I said, well, I'm not very good at public speaking. Normally Andrew was going to do it, but he couldn't, so now you're going to have to suffer through me. We didn't have to hear that preamble. You're up there, the audience wants you to succeed. You don't need any preamble, you just do the best that you can do. So never, never apologize. Don't try and cram a 30-minute talk or speech into a 10-minute time frame, or vice versa. You're going to get into trouble for that. Very important, don't memorize. Your memory is no friend of yours when you come up on stage. That's the first thing that leaves you. Now, there's a tendency to want to memorize because we want to be perfect. We've written out our speech, it's grammatically perfect, all the punctuations are there, and that's how we want to say it. I've seen people describe their wedding or an adventure holiday, and they've written it out perfect, and they're going through in their head how they've written it out, and they get to the third paragraph and the start of the second sentence, and they can't remember that perfect word that they had there to really grab your attention, and now they're frozen. They can't remember that. And they stand frozen on stage. Yet they lived through that experience. And they robbed the audience of that genuine expression of how the thing went on their trip. So don't memorize it. You don't want to do it, but don't memorize. And another important one is don't get discouraged. We all feel that if we came up here and we didn't deliver as we wanted to, and we might say to ourselves, I'm not very good at this, I'll leave this to other people that seem to be natural at it. We all have gone through that. And anytime you see a speaker who seems to be comfortable, who is a real spellbinder, chances are they've had to start somewhere. And they've had discouraging moments as well, but they've learned from them. That's what makes public speaking so enjoyable. It's enjoyable for the audience, and it's enjoyable for the speaker. That is the joy of public speaking.